Green Man! 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 Holy YouTube video, Green Man!
Okay, I'm outside my comic shop. I'm going to buy myself some old Brave and the Bold, I think. I'm going to try and get hold of some horror Christmas related stories for my my Christmas horror show that I'm going to do. Okay, let's see how I do. I'm going to try not to spend too much money. Yeah, let's see how that goes. Okay, I'm back from the shop. I know I made an oath not to buy any more comics until I've read all the ones that I've already got, and I have been cracking along quite well with those, not brilliantly, but yeah, I kind of went to the shop because I was trying to find some Christmas horror stories, because after I did the 13 Nights of Halloween, which went down pretty well, and I quite enjoyed doing them, I was thinking of doing 13 Nights of Christmas horror, like, you know, I've got a couple of months to prepare for it, so I'm trying to find some Christmas related horror stories, but I didn't have any joy in that department. There was one comic, and it was like £6.50 for this one comic, and I was like, I'm not too sure, you know, I want to be spending that kind of money just for one story for this project, you know. So what I'm going to say, if any of you guys out there know any Christmas stories, Christmas horror stories in a comic, just a small story, not a full-length comic, just a short 3 or 4 pages like I did with my 13 Nights of Halloween, then hit me up with the name of the comic and the issue number, and I think I might be able to get hold of the pictures I need online for that. Obviously, it'd be nice to have the comic, but unless it's going cheap, I won't be able to afford it probably. Well, you know, I don't want to spend lots of money on this project. Yeah, not at the moment. But yeah, if you can think of a good Christmas horror story, let me know what comic it was in and what issue number it was, and I might be able to find it online. But anyway, let me show you what I managed to pick up today. So it's not an awful lot, but I've hit on another little side project. I'm going to try and get all the Brave and the Bolds from 100 to 200, because I managed to pick up a load of Brave and the Bolds fairly recently, quite a good run, and I got them really cheap as well. And it worked out 50p, I think, a comic of these Brave and the Bolds, or was it £1? I can't remember now. No, I think they were £1, those ones. I got confused because I got a bunch of Batman and Detective comics, and one of them was 50p, worked out 50p each. Yeah, and I think these ones, I think the Brave and the Bold that I got worked out to be £1 each. And when I see that the issues from the same kind of period that I picked up are going for £4.80 in possibly the same, possibly a little bit less good condition than the ones I picked up for, you know, a job lot, and I'm quite pleased with that. So yeah, anyway. So this is number 119, Batman and Man-Bat. I've got quite a few issues to go to sort of do the gap between 100 and 200. And what I'll do, if I do manage to fill all those gaps, then I'll work on, you know, maybe getting some lower numbers as well. Right, this is Brave and the Bold, £4 this one cost me. This is number 133, Batman and Dead Man. I didn't get too many of these actually. You never had that many there. There was a few older ones as well, but the prices started jumping up. And I was being really good actually. I was really kept my spending to very low. This one was £5.60. I was looking to see if I could get 5 of these for like the £5 mark, since that's what they were going for. But it turned out to only be 4 that I didn't already have from that range. So that's the 140, Batman and Wonder Woman. That was £5.60. This one was just £4.90, Batman and Green Lantern. So I've got some cool crossover there, some crossing over with some great characters: Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, Dead Man. Here's another bit of Dead Man, and Man-Bat, of course. Classic covers as well. Right, so then I went through the 50p bin. I saw on somebody's channel the other day about they had Cut of Alpha Flight comics on there, and I was like, oh yeah, I never got around to really collecting Alpha Flight back in the day, and I thought to myself, I dare say I could find them going pretty cheap, so maybe I'll start building towards an Alpha Flight collection. There's number 18, number 32, especially if I can find them going for 50p. I'm pretty sure I've got a couple of them upstairs in my collection anyway. There's 32. This one, I don't think I've got this one. I did have a lot of comics from around that period when they was doing the full face on the cover. I think it was the Marvel 25th anniversary thing. I have got a lot of other issues of Marvel from that time. Not sure what year this was. 1986. Yeah, 1986. But I don't think I have this one because I wasn't collecting Marvel. I wasn't collecting Alpha Flight. But yeah, anyway, so 50p, why not? Right, and then the only other things they had there practically was some Legion of Superheroes. Never collected a huge amount of Legion of Superheroes, but I thought, 50p each, why not? So 309, 313, 344. 345. I've got other Legion of Superheroes. Yeah, when I was in there, this was the 50p lot. You've got quite a lot of 50p lots in there, though most of it's not really, worth picking up. But there was one comic in there. I was like, oh yeah, this looks cool. It was bagged and boarded, and it was in the 50p lot. And I thought this looks like a really cool old one. I was thinking, and it was I think it was September as well. So I was thinking it might be one of my birthday books, which is anything from September between 1969 and 1979. That's my other project where I'm collecting stuff that came out in the same month that I did. So I've got nearly all of the 1969 ones now for my actual birth month, and now I'm just going for birthdays. So first birthday September, second birthday September, that kind of thing. I think you can gather the concept of what I'm talking about. Anyway, there was this one in there with a September date on it, and I thought, yeah, this is cool. I'll buy this for 50p all day long. It was a nice, crisp looking. I think it was a Legion of Superheroes. And I'm thinking about it, I should have realised it had been misfiled because there were some other comics there as well, and I pointed them out to him. So these supposed to be in the 50p bin, mate, because these are really good quality current comics. And he was like, oh no, they're misfiled. My son was putting the comics away. He must have accidentally left them there. So I gave them back to him. And then when I got to the counter and showed him this one, it was actually from 1963, so it was actually pre my birthday, and it was not sure if you remember. I think Electro Boy had died or something like that. I can't remember what is his name. Lightning Lad. I think Lightning Lad was dead in a glass coffin, and they were standing around him holding up lightning rods into the sky. I think it's quite a classic cover when I think about it. I'm sure I had seen it before, but it turned out it definitely was not meant to be in the 50p bin. It was like 18 quid or something like that, and I was like, no. Normally I would have gone, oh bugger it, I'll have it anyway because I just like that cover. But no, I was like, no, that's too much. It's not a birthday book. I'm not going to get it. So yeah, I've improved with the being, my what's the word? Oh, I can't think of words. But there's a word that I have just done there. Oh, my willpower. That's the one. My willpower was strong on that occasion. Right, this one's a little bit damaged. But again, this is another character from the kind of era of Marvel I'd like to pick some more up of. If I could get some more Spider-Woman. She was a pretty cool character. It's been rubbed off. Maybe that should have been sent back to be destroyed or something. I'm not too sure. That was all about crossing out the barcode. A little bit of a wear in the corner, but for 50p I thought, I could maybe see if I could start getting some old Spider-Woman together. She was pretty cool. Good costume as well. I do like her costume. Jessica Drew, I think her name is. Another one in the 50p bin. Now this one is this one is in terrible condition, but the cover is all messed up. I'm not even sure how well attached it is. It's got spine roll. It's got everything wrong with it you could possibly hope for. Or not hope for, but wish you didn't have, really. But it was like 50p for a comic that I don't know how much this would be to buy in good condition, but I'm thinking lots of money is the amount that it would cost me to buy this one in good condition. Much money. But yeah, 50p. God knows how much. I'll look it up. It's number 172 of Superman. Is there a date in here? 1964. So yeah, I knew this was an old book, but I said the cover's hanging on by tatters. It's kind of in tatters. It's got corners folded over and all sorts of. It's not had a good life. It's either been very, very well loved or it's been mistreated. I'm not too sure. But sometimes these well loved books love so much they get read and they get worn out. So that's what I mean when I say they're well loved. Not well loved in the fact that they've been looked after particularly well, but that they were loved so much that they've been read, and they just wear and tear. But anyway, it's a mess. But it's 1964 Superman. I probably wouldn't be able to afford the. Oh look, it's got loose pages as well. I just hope all the pages are there, even though they are loose. But yeah, 50p. I bet this one in good condition probably. I don't know. I should look it up actually. I might look it up in a minute just to see how much it would have been in good condition. Please listen to me, Arval. After I lost my Superman powers, I released you from Kandor to take my place. Now Lois and Lana are in terrible danger. I beg you to save them. Shut up, Ken. I am Superman now. Stop bothering me. I'll really get mad and hit you instead of this wall. Oh dear, this Arval is a bit of an arsehole, if you ask me. Right. It's even got DC National Comics at the bottom there, so that's cool. I like that one. 50p, I'll buy that all day long. Anyway, so I was chatting to my comic book man. This is at Krypton Comics. It's only the second time I've been there, actually. Even though it's been there for 20 odd years, I didn't even realise that it was there for all that time. I was going like to Southend near my dad's, like a 40-minute train ride to pick up my comics when my more local comic book shop closed. Anyway, so I was just chatting to him as you do, and I was talking about maybe doing an interview with him for my channel, because I thought, you know, something different. It'd be cool to talk to a comic shop guy to get like his take on, what the business is like, what the industry is doing, what got him into comics in the first place. We had some interesting chats. He said back in the day, before the internet sort of came along, he just sat in the shop, people come and collected their comics, and sold them their comics. That was it. He could sit around reading or doing whatever he wanted to. But now in this internet age, he's packing up packages all day long, sending them out. People are ordering online all the time. He's got hardly any time to do anything. He hardly got time to read any stuff. But when he did have time, he actually was a bit of an artist. He actually did his own comic, and I was not aware of that. But so Krypton Comics. This is art by the guy who sold my comics today. I'm not even sure what his name is actually. I can't remember if I ever knew what his name is. Right, but yeah, so I bought this second print. So it's obviously not going to be worth so much. But Krypton Comics, I think he said he sold about 2,000 of them or something, so he didn't do too bad. Tales of the Wonder Kind. Krypton Comics, featuring the stunning return of the amazing human wonder. And obviously, I got him to sign it for me as well. I got him to sign it. So this is my second signed comic. So this is sold to me by the bloke who actually sells me my comics, basically. And he actually writ it and drew it. So that's pretty cool. How many of you guys have got a comic that you've bought that's actually written and drawn by your comic shop guy? The guy who sells you your comics. Anyway, it wasn't 50p. You'd think you put it in the 50p bin, wouldn't you? But no, not in the 50p bin. But at least there's no adverts. You haven't got to turn 2 pages to avoid an advert. No, there is an advert. There we go, I was wrong. No, it's more of a feature rather than an advert. But anyway, I look forward to reading that. That's something cool. And it's signed. I'm assuming his name is Gary Ochiltree, because that's what it says on the inside there. But that's quite interesting anyway. I'll give that a read. Right, so that's it. That's all that's all I got for this little shop. I also picked up some comic bags, and rather than I asked him how much balls were, I think they were about a tenner for 100 or something. But he had like an old second-hand balls that he was just sort of piling up. He let me have about two. It's a big handful, maybe about 200 for £5. So that works out a lot cheaper than having to pay £10 for 100. Anyway, so that's it. That's my little buys. Quite happy with that. Only a little bit extra stuff. And cheers for watching. And I need a catchphrase. Everyone signs off with a catchphrase apart from me. I need to think of a catchphrase for this channel. Like, signing off from London, England. No, I can't think of anything. But anyway, I'll just say goodbye for now. And blah. There you go. That's my catchphrase.